Hey guys, Christos here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about, keeping your goals. So many people, especially this time of year, have already given up on their New Year's resolutions, and just general goal setting that kind of wanes over time. So what I wanted to talk about is the eight kind of steps to help keep on track of your goals. Step one is what I was, most of us, especially in the corporate world, have always talked about KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Um, the simpler your goal is, the easier it is for you going to be achieving. The more complex and convoluted something is, the harder it is. So chunk it down into smaller and smaller pieces and just keep it simple. Number two is time bound. So if you don't have that time pressure, it's sometimes hard for the motivation. That procrastination aspect of us, from a biological perspective, kind of kicks in, overrides our desire to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve, and then say, oh, we can do that tomorrow. Something's more important today. So one of the ways around that is to time bound it, which creates that sense of urgency. Once that sense of urgency kind of kicks in, we can then go forward. Some people refer to it as like the procrastination monkey and time monster. I'll have to go look it up. It was a fun term. And then achievable. So is the goal something that you can actually take a picture of? So success, for example, is not a goal, right? You can't take a picture of success, but you can take a picture of performing on the stage at the Met. You can take a picture of yourself in front of the boat you purchased or something, whatever it is your goal is. It has to be something that you can actually prove that you can do. The more vague your goal is, the less likely you're going to achieve it. And then specificity, right? So the more specific you can get, if write like a long paragraph of the more detail the possible, right? So if you want to buy your dream house, you can't just say, I want to buy my dream house, right? How many rooms does it have? How many bathrooms does it have? Where is it located? What's the square footage? What color is it? The more specific you can get, the more likely it is that you're actually going to achieve your goal. 5 is all about forgiveness. The route to success is never a straight line. We can take steps back, we can redefine our goals, we can move forward, then something happens, it resets us. All sorts of crazy stuff can get in the way. So the first thing to do is whenever you take a misstep, whenever you fall off the horse, you get back on, forgive yourself. We're all human. It's going to happen. And just be aware of it. And whenever it does happen, acknowledge the fact that it happened, learn from anything that you can, forgive yourself, and continue on with your goal. One of the other things I think people can do better is attaching your goal to the higher purpose or higher mission, or depending on your belief structure, whatever that is. So for example, for myself, like I want to become a full-time coach. So for me, that attach the full-time coach to be able to the freedom to control my own life, the ability to help as many people as I can throughout my life. So attaching your goal to that higher purpose gives you the motivation when you don't have that motivation during the day. So we all get tired, we all get distracted. That higher purpose then can override some of those distractors. Number 7 is probably one of the harder ones to do. It's breaking your inner conflicts. So for example, somebody who has a goal of losing weight. You may love food, for example, and therefore aren't losing weight because you're overeating. So conflicts can occur when you want both things at the same time, but they're in conflict for each other in terms of the goal itself. So that's where the coaching kind of comes in, helping break through some of those things. One way to do it yourself is to write down the loops that are happening. So for example, overeating could be something like, I eat food, I enjoy it, I eat too much, and then I feel bad, and then maybe biologically also feeling bad, and probably feeling guilty, Guilt causes stress, and therefore you go overeat. So it's kind of that vicious loop. Being able to break it at any point in that loop helps break down the neuroplasticity within the brain, allowing you to get out of those cycles faster. And then the last one is activation energy. Some people have like the 1 foot by 1 foot principle when you're painting a wall, right? If you get all your equipment out, tape off 1 square foot, then it doesn't sound so bad. You paint that 1 foot, and you're like, oh, well, I guess I already have everything out. Might as well finish painting the rest of the wall. So the hardest part is actually starting. Once you start, it's like some people say pushing a car, right? Getting the car starting rolling is actually really hard, but once you have it rolling, it doesn't take that much energy to keep it rolling. So Mel Robbins has a great principle of the 5-second rule. Whenever you have that gut instinct to go do something, count back from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and immediately take some kind of action that's going to help benefit your goal. It's a great way to get over that activation energy. And then I do love one of the phrases by Kevin Horsley. It's excuses or success. You can't have both. So choose which is more important, having that momentary kind of joy of not doing something, or jumping straight into your goal and getting the success that you set out to do in the first place. Hope you guys enjoy. If you want other topics, let me know. If you're interested in the coaching stuff, send me a message and we'll talk about it. Talk to you guys later.